All right, Vig. Even though the New York Football Giants, are in the midst of a horrible 4-game losing streak, which they've gone from 6-2, running away with the division, to now second place in the division, a game behind the Cowboys, technically still control our own destiny in the NFC East.
How so?
How so? Well, let's look at their schedule, and it really comes down to these 2 games against the Dallas Cowboys. Their game in front of us. We need to win these 2 games. If we win these 2 games, we're going to make the playoffs. We're going to probably end up with the same record as the Cowboys, regardless of these other 2, and we'll get in, which is what will happen, because we'll probably finish with the same record, with an 8-8 or 9-7 record, the same record as the Cowboys, and we'll have the tiebreaker by winning these 2 games, with these little games in between. We're heading this weekend at the Cowboys, then we got at the Jets, which is basically a home game. And then we go home against the Skins. We have to win it. We will win it. And then another last day of the season, home game against the Cowboys. What do you think? Give me some feedback. Do you think we're going to do it? What do you think of the schedule? How's it lay out for the Giants?
No.
No.
I don't think
Oh, man.
Now, you have to remember that a couple weeks ago, 4 weeks ago at this point, when we looked at the whole schedule,
We did, yep.
we tried to find a win here, a loss there. I predicted 9-7.
Mhm.
You predicted 10-6.
I think I did, yeah.
And my key was they had to find one win out of that past 4 games, and I believe that they would have, and I thought it would be the Eagles game.
Right.
And therefore they would have gone into this week being 7-5. Now going into this week being 6-6, and predicting 9-7.
Right.
My prediction then plays out to be 8-8, and that doesn't get you to the playoffs. So I would say no. Just being logical about it.
I get it. It makes sense. You could be hard pressed to say, other than the Skins game, there's no easy games here. When we play the Jets, we're not a great team, let's be honest, but they're going to need the game just as much as the Giants. They're clinging. They're about a game behind right now for a wild card spot. They have a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way. They're going to need the Giants game to make sure that they can get the playoff spot.
And this is a split.
Well, the thing is, if it's a split, we don't make it. That's what it comes down to. If it's a split, we don't make it. As a Giants fan, here's my opinion. Our season comes down to this Sunday's game against the Cowboys in Dallas. That's really what it is. Because if we win this game, now we're tied with the Cowboys, and we have technically we have the tiebreaker because we beat them the one time head-to-head. This will shake out how it is, and it ends up with the last game of the season. If we win this game this week, we will be playing the last game of the season with something on the line, is really what it comes down to. And I'll take that. I will take one win here to see whatever happens to make this game at least worth watching. You don't think it's good? But you think we're going to lose this weekend and that'll be it?
No, I don't necessarily think that we're going to lose this weekend. I think we're going to go 8-8. And
Okay.
I don't think 8-8 gets you in. If you win both games against the Cowboys, are they going to go 8-8? They're 7-5 right now. That would make them 7-8. They're 7-5. That would make them 7-7 with 2 losses versus us.
Right.
Can they go 9-7 and beat the next 2 remaining people on the teams on the schedule? Sure.
I forget who they're playing, but I think they do have a couple tough games. We should probably, as good sports
So
bloggers.
who wins the split?
But, that's the thing, is I think of those 2 other games, the Cowboys would have to win both of them. Are they going to? This is not counting the Giants games. Maybe not. They're not a great team either.
South Arizona.
Exactly. I could see themselves rumbling themselves out of the playoff as well to steal one of your
Romo.
lines. Yeah, Romo. But as far as I'm looking at it, I hate to say, the one game at a time, one step at a time, but this is our playoff game. As far as I'm concerned, if we don't win this Sunday, I'll shut the door on the season and become a big Jets fan.
So 9-7 you predict and you get in?
Yeah, I'm going to say 9-7 we get in. I'm going to say even if we go 8-8 with winning these 2.
But do you think we will? Even if we go 8-8, do you think these are the 2 we win?
Man, that's a tough one.
Probably not, because you
No,
probably win the Skins game.
I'm going to say we're going to get the Skins game. I'm going to say we're going to split this. I'm going to say the Jets need it more than us. I could see us going 8-8 and not making it, which would be brutal after a 6-2 start.